With colder weather on the horizon, a local expert has some advice to weatherize your home this winter. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with those tips.
And shooting at the Tulsa airport, what police are saying about the incident that sent the suspect to the hospital.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Now that it's December, it might be time to get your home ready for colder weather. This is KOAM News at 6. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky spoke with a weatherization expert on the most cost-effective ways to prepare our homes for winter.
As winter approaches, colder temperatures are on the horizon. Experts say it's best to start preparing for them now.
You just never know in Missouri when the weather's going to turn. We're weatherizing all year round, but we definitely have people calling in now with asking for these low-cost, no-cost tips, and I would definitely get going on it before the cold weather hits.
Brian Peterson is the Director of Weatherization for the Economic Security Corporation in Joplin. He says that after how cold winter was last year, it's important to take measures to ensure you can keep yourself warm this winter. And they offer services to do that at little to no cost.
A lot of people, even though they thought they were prepared, they weren't prepared. So definitely, take all the measures you can to be prepared.
Measures such as leaving your faucet dripping or keeping cabinets open.
That will help the water lines in your house to not freeze. So leaving them dripping, and it's got to be a pretty consistent drip. But yeah, leaving the cabinet doors open, allowing heat to get in there, maybe some portable space heaters in the bathrooms or areas that are secluded.
If you are worried about keeping your home warm this winter and don't know where to begin, Peterson says they're here to help.
We provide a low-income weatherization program. We operate at 200% of the federal poverty level is our income guidelines. So we encourage everybody to get in an application.
With new federal money from the recently passed bipartisan infrastructure bill, Peterson says they're encouraging more people to apply.
There was money for weatherization in that. So we will be getting a pretty significant influx of money, and we're looking to ramp up our waiting list. So if you think you might qualify, we encourage you to apply.
In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
One of Peterson's biggest tips to keep energy costs low this winter is to turn your thermostat down 5 degrees cooler in winter. It can save $150 to $250 a year. Brings us to today's KOAM News Now Instapoll. Today's question, is there a thermostat battle in your house? Your options are yes and I win, yes and I lose, or no because I surrender. You can vote at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. We're going to check in on the results later in this newscast. The heaters aren't working too hard at the moment. Doug Heddy, pretty nice out there.
Yeah, we've had fantastic temperatures over about the past 5 days. In fact, we're trending a little bit warmer, if you can believe that. A great day for us today, mid-60s. We do have some mid and upper level clouds which have been streaming through over the past couple hours. It's not a big deal. These are going to just scoot on through over the next few hours, and then I think especially after 10 or 11 p.m. we'll pretty much clear out. Temps still good even though it's dark. We're sitting into the mid-50s. We're only going to drop back into the mid-40s later on tonight. We have this kind of light westerly wind at about 5 to 10, which will stick around as we go through the evening hours, kind of switching back out of the south. Through the evening hours, we're going to slide back through the 50s down to about 50. By midnight, we'll bottom out into the mid-40s. But it gets even warmer the next couple days. We're going to check that out here in a bit.
See you then. Thanks, Doug. Dr. Lee Norman, who led Kansas through the coronavirus pandemic until his abrupt departure last month, says he was Fauci'd out by COVID-19 politics. Governor Laura Kelly announced on November 19th that Norman had stepped down after serving as the health department's top administrator since Kelly took office in January of 2019. But in an interview with Kansas News Service, Norman says he was asked to resign. He cites constant friction between the governor and the Republican-led legislature and compares himself to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the federal government's top infectious disease expert. One man is in custody after authorities found stolen property and a large amount of meth at a home in Carl Junction. Detectives with the Ozarks Drug Enforcement Team served a warrant at a home in CJ after what they call a long-term investigation. Found several stolen items on the property, including a stolen pickup out of Cedar County, a UTV out of Kansas, a camper out of Jasper County, and several trailers. Odette detectives also found a large amount of meth in a camper on that property. A Tulsa, Oklahoma man is hospitalized and is in police custody after police say he shot an officer. Investigators say the man believed his wife was cheating on him during a trip to Houston. He reportedly threatened to kill her when she returned home. She contacted police and they escorted her to a car at Tulsa's airport. At that point, police say the husband opened fire on the car. The wife and a man identified as her brother drove away as police chased the suspect into a parking garage. He shot an officer in the chest before police shot him in the foot. The officer was wearing a bulletproof vest and is expected to be okay. The woman and her brother, they're cooperating with the investigation. Tulsa's airport was reopened after a brief early morning shutdown today. Wyandotte County, Kansas officials say a man who barricaded himself inside a home shot 2 children and a woman before shooting himself. The Wyandotte County Sheriff's Office says the suspect and one of the children died after the shooting at a Kansas City home this morning. Officers responding to a shooting at Wellborn Park found a woman suffering from gunshot wounds. The suspect ran away and later barricaded himself inside the house. When officers entered the home, they found the suspect dead and one of the children dead. The woman and the other child are now in the hospital. Still ahead, the Webb City Cardinals are returning to a very familiar face, the state title game. Next in sports, we're going to hear from the team ahead of their matchup with Holt. And McDonald County students get to change up their in-school look to help other kids.
The Webb City Cardinals are just 2 days away from playing for a football state championship. The Cardinals will hit the field on Friday night in Columbia, facing Holt in the Class 5 state title game. Now, Webb City's 10-3 heading into Friday's game, while Holt is undefeated, sitting at 13-0. The Cardinals, as you know, no strangers to beating undefeated teams. They knocked off undefeated Carthage for a district title, then undefeated Jackson in the state semifinals last week. So they're definitely not shying away from the challenge. Plus, Webb City, all right, they're ready to go.
What makes you stronger is when you fail. What makes you stronger is when you don't have immediate success and when you have to work and you have to battle a little bit harder for it. And I think that would really sum up this team and where we're at, you know, versus, you know, some teams that don't ever get pushed or don't ever have to regroup and you know, reevaluate themselves. You know, we've been doing that all year long, just trying to figure it out.
This team, like, when we have our back on the wall, we don't stop. We're going to keep battling until the end, and I think that's shown throughout the season.
Tonight is a big night for Pittsburgh State basketball. The Gorillas hit the floor at home tonight for their MIAA conference opener against Newman. On the women's side, Pitt State has a little momentum. They're 4-1 on a 3-game winning streak. That one's already started with the Gorillas leading 32-15 in the second quarter. Aaron Davis has a team-high 10 points. And when that one finishes up, the Pitt State men hit the floor against the Jets. The Gorillas are 1-5, but looking for back-to-back wins after beating Baker last time out. That one starts at 7:30. We'll have highlights from both the men's and women's games right here tonight at 10. Well, Joplin High School senior Ella Hafer signs today to continue her basketball career at the college level. Hafer is heading to Miami next season to play at NEO. Now, the 6-foot forward played just 2 games in her junior season last year due to injury. Now, she's back and healthy for her senior season. Now, through 4 games this year, she's averaging 10 points per game. Hafer's excited to show what she can do this year and excited for the opportunity to keep playing after high school.
It means a lot. I didn't think I would be here this time last year when I got hurt, so I'm just very thankful. It was a long process getting back, but I'm just thankful for my team and all the coaches I've had that have helped me get right back into it.
It's nice to see her back and healthy. I know she was tortured not playing, being able to play. Nice to see her get that opportunity after high school.
It's interesting that Webb City has played these undefeated teams which become defeated teams after playing Webb City.
Yeah, a couple of them.
We'll see if that continues. Later, no hats in school unless it pays off for area kids in need.
Plus, our temperatures are going to warm up even a little bit more over the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be another great day for us today. Temperatures fantastic once again. The first day of December, and if we look back at November, the first week was chilly, but the majority of the month, we're above normal. Look at all these temperatures. Look at all the 60s. Look at all the 70s that we had this entire month. So November, not that bad. Now, December 1st, meteorologically, we kick off winter. So the way us meteorologists look at it is December, January, February. That's winter. So we're beginning winter, but it definitely does not feel like it as temperatures up there again today, mid-60s. We're still low to mid-50s. Right now, we're only going to drop back into the mid-40s. We have a light kind of westerly, southwesterly wind, which has been kicking in. But overall, it's been pretty good for us today and looks pretty good right now. 7th and range line currently outside, sitting at 56. We do have some mid and upper level clouds. Besides that, we're okay. Relative humidity is at 55%. Through the evening hours, slide back through the 50s. Eventually, we bottom out into the mid 40s a little bit later on tonight, but overall it looks pretty good. We do have these clouds, very thin veil clouds, kind of scooting on through, and these are going to last for the next few hours, and then we'll clear out. We'll have clear skies after midnight tonight. Nothing going on across Central Plains, nothing going on out to the west. Still dominated by this big dome of high pressure, really the western third of the country, so it kind of locks up the jet stream way up into southern Canada, and we can't get any storm systems in here. This will start to break down here in about 5 or 6 days, and our pattern will become a little bit more robust over the next couple weeks as we finally get a little bit of weather action into the area. For us tonight, mid-40s. We'll clear out after midnight. Thursday looks great. It's not going to be very windy. We're going to go into the 70s for highs. 46 to start, 69 by noon. High temp is 74 on December 2nd. Southwesterly winds at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, back down near 50. We'll get a few clouds starting to push into the region. We'll have partly sunny skies on Friday, but I still think we're going to go into lower 70s for highs. We have a very weak little wave that's going to kick out Friday night into Saturday. You can see a few random showers trying to pop up Friday night. And overall, Saturday is going to be okay. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies, and we are going to have some random showers kind of sticking around Saturday night, and even into Sunday, and then these will push out. But on Sunday afternoon, we get a strong cold front in. May even get a few snow showers Sunday evening. Doesn't look like it would amount to anything, but we may see some flakes flying by the time we head into Sunday evening. Then we start the roller coaster ride. Cold Monday, warm Tuesday, cold Wednesday. So kind of up and down for us next week. But the next few days, not too shabby. 74 tomorrow, 72 on Friday, 64 Saturday, 63 and dropping on Sunday. We'll be in the 60s the first half of the day, and then we'll drop into the 20s Sunday night. And of course, don't forget tonight at 10, we're going to do the month-long forecast. So we're going to take a look at Christmas. Can we get a white Christmas? Will we get a white New Year's? We're going to look at that tonight at 10.
So you have the questions for us now. You're going to have some answers for us at 10.
Yep.
And then tomorrow night, the winter-long forecast.
We're going to go 3 months out.
Wow. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, social work students at Pitt State show off their work in the Community Project Showcase. There are some pretty much universal school rules. No running in the halls, no throwing food in the cafeteria, and no hats. But rules are meant to be broken, especially if breaking the rules can help kids in need. Today at McDonald County High School, kids were breaking the rules, wearing hats in school. Not so bad though. They were allowed to do so because they donated at least $1 to the county's Shop with a Hero program. That program matches a child in need with an area first responder to go shopping for Christmas gifts.
Some of the kids know exactly what they want. They'll head right to wherever, and they know what toy they want and everything like that. Some of them, they could be shopping for an hour or two trying to decide on what they want, what they're going to spend their money on. They may want to buy something for their little brother or sister or mom or dad, and they got to decide all that stuff.
McDonald County's Shop with a Hero program usually serves around 140 kids, but because of an increased need this year, the department's setting a goal to serve 200 families. Social work students at Pitt State today showcased their hard work. The Community Project Showcase was a chance for students to present how they've been helping members of the community, ranging from foster children to veterans.
I really wanted to gain a lot of donated items. That was my main focus. I wanted to be able to, especially for the holidays coming up and cold, I wanted to get especially a lot of coats, furniture, stuff like that to make it feel more like home during the holidays. And I exceeded my goal. I really wanted 200 items. I ended up getting 776 pairs of clothing items.
Social work students at PSU can now pursue a master's degree through a partnership with KU. Final check on the weather is next. We take a moment to recognize a local veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Ronald Childers served in Iraq, his hometown, Commerce, Oklahoma. And we are proud to salute Lance Corporal Ronald Childers, a four-state hero. Let's take a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, several tree lighting ceremonies are taking place tonight. We're going to visit some of them. Plus, more Americans are applying for a new credit card. And new research shows babies develop a sense of humor at about 1 month old. That, of course, much more coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Hey, let's check in on today's KOAM News Now Insta Poll. Today's question, is there a thermostat battle in your house? About half of you say yes, and I win. And the rest of you evenly split between yes and I lose and no because I surrender. The math actually adds up on this, surprisingly enough. We'll see how it changes. We're going to have this poll open till the 10 o'clock news, so you have time to go ahead and participate. Scientists say the world's first living robots can reproduce. These are xenobots. They are less than 1 millimeter wide and formed from the stem cells of the African clawed frog. Of course they are. Scientists unveiled the living robots in 2020 when they noticed they moved, worked together in groups, and self-healed. Now scientists say they can also reproduce. The xenobots use kinetic replication, which has only ever been seen at the molecular level. Here's how it works. Take note. A xenobot collects and compresses loose, tiny stem cells together, and after a few days, they mature into offspring. Do not try this at home. Scientists say this is still considered very early technology, but it could eventually be used for collecting microplastics in the oceans, inspecting root systems, and regenerative medicine, all of which is very encouraging in many ways. But our producer, Jake Tackaberry, has this fear of artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
This is the first step, Jake. The robots are reproducing.
I don't know. I am going to reproduce some nice weather again tomorrow. We're going to go to 74 degrees. Fantastic. 72 on Friday. Some rain chances and turning cooler as we head into the weekend. And again, month long tonight at 10.
And winter long tomorrow night at 10. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.